Hey. Hi,
Am I
Wendy.
it?
What?
Am I the only one so far?
You're it. What the heck? Where's the
Yeah,
pee?
what the heck? I'm usually late.
I know. I
How are you?
mean, it is 12:03. I'm usually late too.
You know
Uh,
what? That's what I love about this group is like we're all about 2 minutes to 3 minutes early or
yeah.
late.
Yeah, we're just kind of like right on time, you know?
You know, the other, since no one's here, I'll tell you the other thing I love
Yeah.
about this class is when you break down things,
Oh, okay.
you're like, hey, pay attention to how this is, and you should be feeling this. And I noticed that people do this in classes and that's the wrong way to do it. And because you don't hear those things in a regular class when there's a million people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can do, I definitely mix it up in this class more. And honestly, I think part of it is because it's like my practice, like I'm doing it with
Mm.
you. And so I'm like, what do I want to do?
And I love that because I feel like we get really more for our money. Like this, we should be paying you double what we're paying you.
Well, thanks, Wendy. You always make me feel good.
I don't need to, though. You're amazing. You know that. Everyone tells you that, I hope. If they don't, let me know and I'll go put a potato in their muffler.
Oh my God. My mom texted me for the information for this, so I was hoping she would hop on, but doesn't look like
Oh,
she's here. I know, it's random. Mom, where are you? Okay, I'll just actually what I was wondering, I was gonna ask you
yeah,
if it showed up. Do you have something like a ball of any sort that you
I
could use?
do.
Okay,
Hmm.
I was thinking this is just my dog ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything special, like tennis ball, lacrosse ball, anything.
I
Um,
actually have those balls that you kind of work out things in your, what is that called? Your
Perfect. They're made
fascia
for
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So yeah, grab your ball if you don't have it already. And we're gonna do a little work with that. Oh, good, Barb's popping on. There she is.
Oh,
We're waiting for you.
sorry. We were
No,
out
no,
skiing.
not in a bad way. Just like,
Skiing.
hey, do you have a ball that you could use? Or
E-
this is a dog ball. Doesn't have to be a special
I
kind. Like a
I have a
tennis.
ball. Is it for squeezies?
No, for like we're gonna like work fascia stuff. If you
Okay.
have,
I'm gonna run up and get a ball.
okay, get a ball.
Okay, I'm ready.
Awesome. Okay, and now Barb's here. She's getting a
Oh,
ball.
great. Oh, awesome.
Hey, I'm gonna just mute you and then I'll just start and Barb can hop in.
Okay.
Okay. Cool, let's go. Alrighty, so for now you can just put your ball to the side and find a comfortable seat. And take a moment and just whatever would feel good, stretch a little bit. So I'm reaching my arms up, stretching from side to side. You can do whatever you want to do. Maybe it's something more subtle. You could just roll your shoulders around or roll your head around. So it doesn't have to be anything great big. But eventually find your most comfortable seat. So if that means you sit up on top of a block or a pillow or a blanket, then please feel free. And just rest your hands either in your lap, or if you'd like, you can bring your hands to your heart, or one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Close your eyes. We'll just take these first couple of moments to really fully arrive right here, right now. Start to really land in your body, so feel into the length in your spine. Let your shoulders relax and melt down away from your ears. See if you can really let all of the muscles in your face soften. Feel your most neutral spine, so it doesn't feel like you're flaring your ribs forward and it doesn't feel like you're rounding, but as best you can, just really nice and tall. And from this place, start to connect to your ujjayi breath. So lips sealed in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat, creating a little whisper noise, an oceanic sound. Continue to sit up really tall. Continue with your ujjayi breath. And we're just going to add some arms. So with each inhalation, reach your arms out to both sides as wide as you can, and then all the way up to the sky. Palms face in towards one another. And then as you exhale, reach your arms out as far as you can out to your sides, and then all the way down towards the ground. And continue up and down with your own breath. So you're not rushing this movement. It takes the entire length of your inhale to get your arms all the way up. It takes the entire length of your exhale to bring your arms all the way back down by your sides. So up and down, a couple more times with your breath, just as moving meditation. It's a simple movement, but how much awareness can you bring into it? How much can you notice? And let's just say next time you inhale, stay right there and reach your arms up towards the sky. And then we're going to take a side body stretch. Bring your left hand down to your side, the ground beside you, and you can crawl your left fingertips out a bit as well. Maybe bend your left elbow and then lengthen through your right side. Keep your sit bones on the ground and try to relax your neck. Let your head be heavy. Sometimes I even like to gaze down. This is forest yoga style, just really letting your neck relax. If it feels better to gaze up, that's fine. Just be intentional about it. Take one more deep breath and really expand your right rib cage. Next, inhalation back to center, both arms to the sky. And exhale, other side. So if you're with me, right hand down. Walk your right fingertips out, bend your elbow, and expand through your left side. It's like you're puffing up through your left rib cage. Let your neck relax, head heavy, or if it feels better to gaze up, go for it. So creating lots and lots of length through your left side. Both sit bones are rooting down. Take one last round. Next, inhalation, back to center, arms to the sky, reach up high. And then as you exhale, let your arms come down by your sides. As you rest your arms down by your sides, inhale, fill up as big as you can. Just keep your arms right where they're at. Hold in fullness. And then big, huge sigh out your mouth. Let it go. Ha. Twice more like that. Inhale, fill up. Hold in fullness. Take an extra sip at the top. And then open your mouth, sigh it out. Ha. This time, inhale, fill up, reach your arms up. Interlace your fingers, steeple index, hold in fullness. See if you can seal your pelvic floor, your root block, mula bandha. Seal it in. Hold, 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 hold. Squeeze everything. Extra sip if you can. And then everything, let it go. Ha. Let your arms fall down by your sides. Take a moment and just sit, be still. Notice how you feel. Notice the energy inside of you. As you're ready, transition onto your hands and your knees, tabletop. All right. So from hands and knees, we will just intuitively move our body in whatever way our body wants to move. So if you have no idea how your body wants to move, just start moving around and see what you can find. See what you can feel. Respond to it. So slow, spacious ujjayi breath. Once again, bring back your ujjayi as you feel into your body from your hands and your knees. Good job, friends. Go for about 3 to 5 more breaths here. And then eventually, let's take it all the way back into our first downward facing dog. So downward facing dog, feel into the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. If it would feel good to pedal out your heels or shake your head, yes or no, go for it. Soften your face. Unclench your jaw and loosen up through your forehead. Take one more big inhalation into your down dog. And as you exhale, listen, just set your knees back down. So come into a tabletop. And then from your tabletop, we'll move into thread the needle. So make sure your knees are at least hips width distance apart. Reach your right arm out to the right and all the way up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale to thread your right arm underneath you. Reach through as far as you can. And gently rest down on the outside of your shoulder and head. We'll be here for about 5 rounds. You can work this any way you want to. If you have a certain way you'd like to explore, feel free. Just make sure your breath is right there with you. Good job, you guys. Last couple of rounds. If you happen to have your left hand or your left knee lifted, set them back down. Next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm, reach it all the way out, all the way up one more time. And then exhale, right hand down. All right, before we go to the other side, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our ball and we're going to bring it kind of underneath this area, which is our psoas. We're gonna come down to rest on our belly. So maybe before you come down, you kind of place your ball there, or you might put it on the ground and try to land so that your psoas, so it's kind of inside your hip and a little bit below. And most people have a really tight psoas. So it's just, if you can start to feel around with your ball and just let the weight of your body kind of land on your ball, maybe roll it around a little bit. And I've got my left hand on the ground, so I'm just using it to kind of push my body a little bit to the right and then let it rock back a little bit. And I'm feeling, where do I feel most tight? And is there any way I can use that ball to just kind of loosen? So I'm going to come out to the camera so you can see. It's hard to tell since I'm wearing dark pants, but you want it somewhere right in there. So it's like inside your hip, right inside that iliac kind of crest area, and just rolling it around in there, letting the weight of your body land on it. And sometimes if you have really tight psoas, everybody has kind of a tight psoas, but if you have a really, really tight psoas, this could even feel a little bit nauseating. So make sure you're breathing and you're not pushing it too hard. You don't have to have your left hand on the ground. I am going to now take mine off and just let the entire weight of my body come down. Ugh. Just rolling it around. I hope this is feeling somewhat therapeutic for you. Take about 2 or 3 more deep breaths. So as you can see, I'm just kind of moving my hips around. Maybe you can't really tell. I'm moving my hips around a little bit. I'm kind of tilting my pelvis down and then tilting my pelvis up and just letting the ball roll around in that area of my psoas. All right. Bring your hands to frame your mid-ribs. Press up to hands and knees. Come off of your ball and set it to the side. If your dog's there, probably wants to play with it. All right. We're going to thread the needle now on the other side. So knees nice and wide. Take your left arm out and up. Breathe in. And exhale. Thread your left arm underneath you. Reach, reach, reach. Gently rest down outside of your shoulder and head. Any way you want to work it on this side. And you might notice, do you still feel kind of the effects of that ball working on the right side of your psoas? You still feel that space there. Breathe into it. Soften through your face, forehead, jaw. Take a couple more breaths and really breathe into the back of your heart, back of your ribs. If you happen to have your right hand or your right knee lifted, bring them back down. Next time you inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and all the way up. Exhale, hand to the ground. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the left side of our psoas now. So maybe you take your ball here and then you kind of ease your way down. Maybe you put your ball, kind of aim it, where do you think you're gonna land, and then try to land right with your ball where you want it. So inside of your left hip bone and a little bit down, and then just kind of roll it around and find those tighter areas. And if it feels like too much, use your hands to take off some weight. So push into the ground a little bit. You can rock yourself side to side, kind of roll your ball forward and back as you tilt your pelvis a little bit up and down. And like I said last time, for me, this is like very uncomfortable. I actually don't really like how it feels. It almost feels a little bit nauseating, but big deep breaths. Softening. Every human being has a super tight psoas muscle. Well, I guess I shouldn't say every human being, but pretty much all human beings. It's just how tight is it? So see if you can use this to just kind of let your body relax, and that soft tissue even softens. The fascia. Be here for about 3 more rounds. And it shouldn't feel like a sharp or stabbing, jabbing pain, anything like that. It's more a general discomfort, and like I said, if it's a lot, it might make you feel just like a little bit nauseous. Not like bad, but just kind of like, ooh, that's a lot. If you've ever had a psoas massage, it's not pleasant. Okay, hands frame your mid ribs. Push up to hands and knees, tabletop, and set your ball to the side. And just for a moment, like we did at the very beginning, move in any way your body wants to move. Feel around. Notice that space down in the front of your hips, down in your pelvis. And then let's take a few in the other, or I guess I'm taking circles, so I'm like, take some in the other direction. But just keep moving any way you want for a couple more breaths. All right, friends, and then let's take it back to another downward facing dog. Lengthen, pedal out your heels, push into the ground with your strong hands, spread your fingers. Ujjayi breath, use it to support you. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, look to the top of your mat, however you'd like to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, spinal extension, lift halfway, breathe in. Let go. Take it all the way up, big full body stretch at the top, inhale. And then hands to your heart center as you exhale. All right, we're gonna grab our little ball again, and we're gonna use it to massage out our feet. So just place it on the mat in front of you. It's gonna be a little harder if you're on carpet, but hopefully you'll still get the effect. So balance on your left foot first and just place kind of the ball of your foot on your ball. And just start to roll forward and back. And I have my ball out in front of me. If it's easier to have your ball closer to you, that's fine. And if you need something to help you with balance, like a wall or a chair, use it. Just kind of putting that gentle pressure so it doesn't hurt. If you have a really hard ball, it might hurt a little bit. But just rolling it around, like you were saying, Wendy, it's for the fascia, the soft tissue at the soles of your feet. Plantar fascia specifically here. Just getting it kind of loosened up, even just warmed up. Kind of also activating the nerve endings in the bottoms of your feet as well. Just rolling it. No right or wrong. This is my invisible chair that I'm holding. I don't know why it's making me feel more safe. All right. And then let's switch sides. So put your right foot down. Maybe you give your left leg a little shake out first. And then we're going to do the same thing with our left foot. So wherever you feel like your ball works best for you, closer to your body, right, straight down from your hip or out in front of you a little bit, and just kind of put some weight on your foot. So you're not trying to balance and keep all your weight in your right foot. You're putting some weight on your left foot as you roll your ball around. And just give that plantar fascia a nice little massage. For some people, this might feel like a lot. For some people, it won't feel like much. I think one of the best things yoga does for us is keeps our feet healthy as we age. So you see old people fall a lot in the middle of the night because they don't have their shoes on that give them the support they need, the balance. So then they get up in the middle of the night, go to the bathroom, and they fall. We're keeping our feet really strong, the muscles, rather than getting atrophied. We're keeping them alive. It's good stuff. All right, let it go, and you can just, if you want, kick your ball over to the side, and then maybe give your right leg a little shake out. Let's get back and flow a little bit. So arms out to your sides for mountain pose. Root through your feet. Take a big inhale and hold at the top. Exhale, let it go. Ha. Ujjayi breath. Reach up and stretch. Inhale. Hinge at your hips and dive down. Exhale. Breathe in. Halfway lift position. Lengthen. Exhale. Plant your hands, feet back. Plank position. Top of your push-up. So push the ground away. Take an in breath. You're welcome to come to your knees if you want. All the way to your belly. Inhale, lift into a back bend, a heart opener of your choice. And then let's take it back to downward facing dog. Big, huge inhalation as you push the ground away. Oh, hi, Marlia. Exhale, gaze forward, step or hop, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, release. Rise all the way up, reach up and stretch. Inhale. Hands to your heart, exhale. Let's keep it going one more, just like that. Inhale, high mountain. Dive down, exhale slowly. Lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Lower down, so you can keep that exhale going as you lower. Inhale, peel your heart open. Exhale, lift your hips back and up. Great big inhalation as you push into the ground. And then exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Lift halfway, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Let's rise all the way back up. Arms overhead. Inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, inhale, reach up. Pause, grab your left wrist with your right hand. Side body stretch, so send your hips to the left, upper body goes right. There should be more weight in your left foot. And then breathe into your left side, puff up your left ribs. One more round. Back through center, inhale, switch your grip. Grab your right wrist and then up and over to the other side. So hips go right, upper body goes left, more weight in your right foot now. Breathe and lengthen your right side a lot. Big and spacious. One more round here. Inhale takes you back to center, both arms up, both feet on the ground. Exhale, dive down slowly. Inhale, lift and lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. This time, let's pause in our high plank and take a side plank. So roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, or if you want, please feel free to bring your right knee down. So left arm to the sky, hips are lifted, and maybe you even want to reach your left arm forward or float your left leg up. So really feel the strength in your right side abdominals, those right side obliques. One last big deep breath here. And then see if you can slowly transition to the other side. So come through plank or maybe a modified plank. Left hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot. Or of course, left knee can come down. Right arm up. Maybe right arm forward, bicep next to ear. So it's like that side body stretch you just took. It's the same pose. It's the same position. Option to float your right leg up if you want. Breathe one last big spacious breath. And then plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top of your push-up and push the ground away. One strong straight line. Exhale, lower to your belly. 3, 2, 1. We're going to stay right here. Turn your head to the left. Shoulder pigeon. Right arm reaches out to the right. Palm faces the ground and then roll up onto your right side. I was just playing with this. ball to see how it felt kind of under my right shoulder, but that does not feel good. So we're not going to use our ball. But Marlia, we are using a ball here today. So if you have a ball of any sort, even like I'm just using my doggy ball, locate that at some point. Just be in your shoulder pigeon for about 5 to 7 more rounds of breath. Make sure you can relax your head down. So if your head can't relax on the ground, then put something underneath your head to support it like a little pillow. Good job, friends. Take your last couple big, expansive inhales. And all the way to empty with your exhales, maybe even sigh it out. And then let's slowly come through center and find our way to the other side. But maybe before you just go straight to your left side, you take a moment in the middle and kind of neutralize, rock your hips a little bit, or even windshield wiper your shins a couple times. No rush. When you are ready, left arm reaches straight out, palm faces the ground. And then roll up onto your left side. And just big, spacious breaths. If there's a variation you want to take, feel free. All right, last couple breaths, big and spacious with your inhales. Side out your mouth if you want as you exhale. And then let's come back to our belly. Once again, you might take a moment and just kind of rock your hips a little bit or windshield wiper your shins a little bit. Eventually, let's find our way up and back to downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. All right, from here, we're gonna bring our back knee down today. If you need to, you can put something underneath it or you can double up your mat. Hands to your front thigh. Make sure you have enough room in your legs. So my knee is a little bit behind my foot. That's better than something like this where you have no room to go anywhere. So make sure you have a nice long stance and then see if you can start to lean forward. You can keep your back toes tucked or you can untuck them. See if you can keep your hips really square so your left hip is facing directly forward. And imagine that you're pushing your right heel down and trying to pull it back and up towards your right butt cheek. Try to sit your right butt cheek on your right heel at the same time. Tone your low belly so your low back feels nice and supported. Option to extend your left arm to the sky. And then option only if you want to take a little side body stretch. So reach your left arm up and over, lengthen your left side. You can leave your right hand on your thigh, or if you have a block, you might bring your right hand to a block on your right side. Totally up to you. Take one more round with me if you're in the side body stretch. And then inhale back to neutral, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to frame your front foot. Lift your back knee off the ground. And let's just take both of our hands over to the left long edge of our mat. So we're in a wide-legged straddle position now. Little bend in the knees is great. Find your halfway lift, breathe in. And then as you exhale, either fold or anywhere else you want to go. About 5 to 7 rounds. Hang out in your wide-legged fold. All right, friends. Let's come back to our halfway lift. Next time you breathe in, so fingertips on the ground. And then crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, low lunge. From low lunge, just step forward, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, bow and let it go. Root through your feet, rise all the way up. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's see if we can take this breath to movement for a moment. Inhale, reach up, grab your left wrist. Exhale, side body stretch, up and over to your right, sway your hips to the left. Inhale, come back through center, switch your grip. Other side, think up and then over all the way to empty. Inhale, re-extend, realign. Exhale, slow dive all the way down, stick your butt out. Lift halfway as you breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts, peel it open. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it forward softly. From your low lunge position, set your back knee down gently. Hands up to your front thigh. Remember, if you need cushion for your back knee, you're welcome to use it. Again, make sure your stance is long enough that you have somewhere to go. So if this is where I start, I'm very limited in where I can go. So you want to have a nice long stance with your legs. See if you can start to lean forward like you want to sit your left butt cheek on your left heel. And then push down with your left heel. And imagine you're trying to pull your heel back and up towards your left butt cheek. Stay here or take your right arm to the sky. So as you reach up, feel that long line all the way down your right side. Feel that stretch in the front of your hip, your psoas. Stay here or turn it into a side body stretch. So reach up and over to your left. Keep pulling your left hip back, right hip forward as you take the side body stretch. Feel your left side abdominals strong as your right side stretches. If you have a block and you want to bring it to your left side, hand to your block, awesome. Otherwise, your hand can stay on your thigh or wherever it feels right. Take one more huge breath in this side body stretch if you're with me. Inhale, back to neutral, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. So frame your front foot and lift your back knee. And then take it all the way over to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten out your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift. I'm going to turn around just so I'm facing you and bring your hands to your hips. And then rise from here all the way up to a standing position this time. Once you are standing, pivot your heels in, point your toes out, bend your knees, and bring your hands to your thighs. So see how my knees are right over my ankles? Make sure yours are too. So you don't want something like this happening. You don't want something like this happening. Knees right over ankles. And then sit as low as you can and try to press your knees back behind you. Take an inhale, stick your butt out and lift your heart up like you're doing a little back bend. Cobra pose here. And then exhale, twist towards the back of your mat. All the way to empty and hold, take a full round of breath. Stay low in your legs, keep pressing your knees as wide as they will go. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side, twist. Full round of breath, hold. Stay low. Inhale, center. Exhale to the back, all the way to empty. Inhale, center. Exhale to the front. Inhale, center, straighten your legs. Parallel your feet once again. Arms reach up. Whenever you are ready, so if you want to stay a little longer and kind of work side to side or anything like that, go for it. But eventually, wide-legged forward fold is where we're heading. So whenever you're ready, just take it all the way down and fold. We'll hang out once again for a few rounds. So breathe. Feel. Notice. Good job, you guys. All right. With your next inhalation, come back to a halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. And then walk your hands forward, low lunge. From your low lunge, just step your back foot forward, forward fold, top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow and fold. Let's take it all the way up, arms overhead, big stretch, inhale. And hands to your heart center, exhale. Inhale, reach. Grab your left wrist, exhale, side body stretch, sway your hips left, upper body goes right. Back through center, inhale. Switch your grip, other side as you exhale, think up and then over. Inhale, center. Exhale, dive down slowly. Spinal extension, lengthen, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, plank position, lower down. Inhale to open your heart. This time to sit back into a child's pose, child's pose. Breathe into your low belly, low back. Rise back up, hands and knees, tabletop. And from your hands and your knees, find your way into a seat. All right. We are going to work with a seated variation of pigeon. So let's start with our left leg long and bring your outer right ankle to the top of your left thigh. And then with your hands behind you, just kind of lean back, bend your left knee, and bring your left foot to the ground. Now, if you would like, just an option to grab your block and kind of put it underneath your right butt cheek and kind of roll around on your outer right hip here, or maybe just kind of rock side to side a little bit. You can play around with, do I like the ball further out, further in, further down, further up? If you take it really far in, you'll get it kind of towards your like sciatic. I don't know. Just play around with it. Everyone's different. And if you don't like the ball, you don't have to use the ball, but it's just adding another element here if you want. So I'm just going to rocking my hip side to side with that ball underneath my right butt cheek. And if you're like, I would rather just take this on my back, or I would just rather take a regular pitch in, that's fine. Do so. Especially when you're at your own house, you have so much freedom. Just as best you can, if you're using your ball, just use it to massage the outside of your right butt cheek. Move it around, up and down, around in little circles. And if there's a place that feels really tender, you might even stay there for a moment. So when I take my legs a little bit to the right, I feel a place where I'm like, oof, oof. So I'm going to just stay here and do little movements side to side as I take big, deep breaths. That's just me. So feel into your body. Get curious about your body. We'll be here for about 3 more breaths. Make sure you're taking care of your wrists and your elbows behind you. Try not to lock out your elbow joints. Ooh, this is good over here at least for me. Okay, extend your left leg forward and uncross your legs. And remove your ball, set it to the side, and just give your legs a little shake out. And then bring your hands behind you once again, and we're just going to take some windshield wiper side to side. And see this top leg? See if you can get that knee forward and down. See if you can touch the inner edge of your knee to the ground, the inside of your knee to the ground. All right, friends. Maybe one more round, side to side. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So, as you are ready, you might get your ball ready. Take your right leg out in front of you, outer left ankle, top of right thigh, and then bend your right knee, right foot down. Put your ball underneath your left butt cheek. So you can see my ball still, but it's underneath my butt, and I'm just kind of like rocking side to side, rocking forward and back, and giving my left butt cheek, the outside of my left hip, nice little massage with that ball. And again, if you're not interested in the ball, no big deal, just don't use it. But today, I feel like, whoo, this is doing a lot of extra stuff for me, personally at least. Working more with the soft tissue, the fascia that surrounds everything in our bodies, basically. Big deep breath, so don't forget to breathe, don't hold your breath. Keep that activation in your left toes, strong through your left ankle, and take care of your hands behind you, your wrists, your elbows. Woo. Some of those places are like, oof. You hear about 3, 4, 5 more rounds. I feel like I could do this for like 10 more minutes, honestly. Should we? Just kidding. All right, friends. When you feel ready, you can just find your way out of it. So extend your right leg, remove your ball, set it off to the side, shake it out. And then let's come all the way down onto our backs now. So ease your way down onto your back, hug your knees in, and take a little rock from side to side. After a few rocks, set your feet on the ground with your knees bent. Set up a bridge pose. So feet foot distance apart, all 10 toes face forward, and your ankles should come straight down from your knees. Bring your arms down to your sides. We're gonna take some flowing bridges. So next time you inhale, peel your spine up, reach your arms up and all the way back overhead. And as you exhale, see if you can take the entire length of your exhale to slowly set your spine back down, reach your arms up, and let them return back down by your sides as you come back into your neutral spine. So continue back and forth with your breath moving meditation with these flowing bridges. And see if you can feel into your spine like a string of pearls or like a link of chains. So move one vertebra at a time or one link at a time. Make this super intentional. So you could do this mindlessly and get really bored really fast. Or you can really tune in and get so much information from your body, from your spine, from your shoulders, from your pelvis, from your legs, your feet. There's so much to notice if you pay attention. Take just one more round up and then returning back down into your neutral spine eventually. And then once you come back to neutral spine, grab your ball, your favorite new prop, and just keep it in your hand for now. We're gonna bring our feet together, knees apart. If this bothers your low back, then scoot your feet further away from your upper body. Bring your ball underneath your, let's say either butt cheek. So you choose. I'm going to choose my left one first. And just set it underneath your butt cheek as you let your knees relax. And just put your weight on that ball. And then see how it feels. If you're like, I don't like this, then move it to another area on your butt and see how that feels. See if you feel like you're getting anything out of it. Try it as best you can to let your left leg be heavy rather than holding it up. So just under your left side for right now. And then as you let your left butt cheek melt around your ball in some way, in some place, here's the invitation if you want it. So you're still in this reclined cobbler's pose, feet together, knees apart. See if you can start to squeeze your right butt cheek and then release it. squeeze your right butt cheek and then release it. And just doing that with your right butt cheek, not your left. Keeping your left one as relaxed as possible. And if it's hard, that's okay. Just play with it. Just get curious. And if you're like, okay, that's enough, then that's enough. Cool. Just playing with release and squeeze your right glute. And maybe you take a moment, kind of adjust your ball, move it somewhere else, play with that, and then come back to those release and squeeze, or you just rest. Be here for about 5 more breaths. Good job, friends. All right. If you're squeezing and releasing, just let it go, relax. And let's lift both of our knees back up. Remove your ball out from underneath whichever butt cheek it was under. Well, sorry, I guess I should have said because I told you to choose. So you're supposed to be squeezing your butt cheek that wasn't on the ball. But if you didn't do that, it's not the biggest deal ever. I'm sorry, it's my bad. All right, knees back up and just hug them in. And take a little rock side to side. Let's find a happy baby pose, kind of neutralizing for a moment. Maybe a little rock. And then as you're ready, feet to the ground. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart one more time. And if it feels better, take your feet a little further away from your upper body. Grab your ball and put it underneath the opposite butt cheek, so the one you didn't put it under now. And again, it might take a moment to find kind of that sweet spot. So if you put it underneath your butt and you relax and you're like, nope, not it, then just move it around a little bit. See if you can find a spot where you're like, ooh, yeah, that's getting it. And if you don't want to use the ball at all, that's totally fine. So I should have said this better before, but I forgot that I told you either butt cheek. So the one that is not on the ball, that's the one I want you to squeeze and release. But if you did the opposite last time, then maybe you just do that this time. Maybe just squeeze the one on the ball. I'll leave that up to you. But the one that's not on the ball, that's the one you want to squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Play with that if you want, or you can let it go at any time, or you can just completely ignore me and rest. Maybe you're rocking around on your ball a little bit. Make sure your breath is there. Squeeze, 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 let it go. Squeeze, 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 let it go. Good job, friends. About 3 more. And if you're still squeezing and releasing, just let it relax. Take one more moment, just letting your butt cheek melt over your ball. And bring your knees back up. Remove your ball out from under your butt. Hug your knees in, little rock. Let's take it into a supine twist so that both of your knees fall over to the right. Left arm extends out to the left. And breathe big and spacious all the way down into your belly. Take about 3 more on this side. And then you can find your way to the other side, just slowly and mindfully. And then eventually, friends, let's find a happy baby. So if you want to take a few more breaths in your twist, please feel free. Take your time. Eventually just come back to center and find a happy baby pose. Give yourself a few rounds in happy baby. Rock side to side or extend one leg at a time, both legs at the same time. And then eventually come to constructive rest pose. So feet wide, feet on the ground with knees bent, feet wide. Knees fall in towards one another. They can touch or they don't have to. And bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And let's just kind of drop into our Shavasana with 3 rounds of 3-part breath. So it'll be a 3-part inhale, first into our low belly, and then into our mid ribs, and then into our chest. So I'll have you pause in between each of those, and then a slow 10-second exhale all the way to empty. And you can exhale any way you want, through your nose, through your mouth. Sometimes I have you do a little hiss. So whatever works. Start by just emptying out. Inhale first, low belly, pause. Inhale, mid ribs, pause. Take that same inhale all the way up into your chest, shoulders, upper back, hold. Slow release for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to empty, just like that. Low belly, low back, breathe in. Mid ribs, mid back. And fill as big as you can, fill up with your breath, hold. Slow release, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to the very bottom. Last time, low belly, low back, hips and pelvis. Mid ribs, mid back, side bodies. Chest, shoulders, upper back, crown of your head, hold. Slow release, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way to emptiness. Great big inhale, invitation to reach your arms and your legs long as you fill up with breath. Hold in this fullness and either reach actively or make fists and crinkle up your face, flex your toes. So make everything really active as you reach. And then as you exhale, let everything relax. Ha. You can let your arms relax down to your sides, or if they feel good overhead, just letting your elbows bend, go for it. If you want to take any other movements to find your way into your Shavasana, please feel free. So now for the last few moments, this is your time to just relax and to just be. So let your breath be effortless and just let your body melt. Soak in the efforts, the energy of your practice. This is a quote by Ram Dass. The more I do inner work, the more my awareness breaks down the boundaries between myself and other people. And the more that happens, the more there is only us instead of them. And from that place that there is only us, the suffering of the world and the joy of the world both become my suffering and my joy. So my compassionate response to it all is actually very impersonal. It is not me responding to them, but life responding to itself. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Just begin to slowly move a little bit, wiggle fingers, toes. Come back into your physical body. And then eventually find your way onto either side. Fetal position. Take just a moment, resting there, grounding. Kind of soaking up the energy of the earth that supports you. And using your arms, find your way up into a seat. And just one last moment to close. So just closing intentionally, hands to your heart center. Bow your head and acknowledge yourself. And just thank yourself for taking time out of your day to practice yoga, to connect. Thank you for letting me guide you. Namaste. All right. Love you guys. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Marlia.
I loved the ball. That was a
Oh,
great.
good. I wasn't
Use
sure
it.
if you guys would like it. Did you have one, Marlia? I don't know if
I
you.
ran upstairs and got a dog ball.
Perfect.
That was
was-
squeaking every time I put weight on it.
So they're like, if anyone's around, they're like, what is she doing? Okay. We'll see you
Awesome.
next time. Thanks, guys.
Toodles.
Bye.